Hey guys, Skippy here again. This is console version 1 with one update on it, so if anything's changed, definitely check down in the comments or in the details. I'll let you know if there's a new update or anything's changed about this tutorial. But welcome back. This is a quick tutorial on the menu options. I know a lot of you have been asking me about them. Now you do have 4 different ones. You have single player, which is just you. You can't change that to multiplayer at all. You have survival multiplayer, which is a little bit obvious. You have creative multiplayer, which is just shoots you right into creative mode without any options. It's an open world. You can't boot people. You can't do anything. I would really recommend at this point in time not to start a creative multiplayer world. What you want to do for that one is start a survival. Or a private game, and then change it with cheat mode. I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. And then you also have private game. So let's say you want to do an invite only game. Obviously you select your private game. And then you can either select random gen or Navisgain. Navisgain, of course, is a pre-made map. A random gen is just a randomly generated map. Then you get your private game options, and inside here is where you can choose your options. First, I'll actually go to how to switch it to creative mode, and then back and forth on survival, because I know a lot of you said, hey, I want to build something on creative but then switch it to survival so me and my friends can play like a role play or do like a PvP thing if you want to, and you've started your world on a creative multiplayer. So this is how you want to do it. So instead you go all the way down to the bottom here and you turn cheat mode on, and what this does is set if creative mode and tools are allowed. So basically it'll take your trophies off. You won't be able to earn trophies even if you turn it back off. So what you want to do after you got your map made and let's say you want to play it in survival, you just come back to the options before starting the game and turn your cheat mode off. So that's basically how you do that, because I know that's a lot of questions as well too. So your private game's obvious, you can do the invite only. Your creative multiplayer, I just recommend just not doing it at this point at all if you don't want to get griefed, because on creative it's extremely easy to get griefed. And then your survival multiplayer and your single player. So what I'm going to do is pretend I'm starting up a survival multiplayer world, and I'll go through the different options with you. So obviously you got your different rule sets. You got your scavenger, it's the easiest difficulty. If you look, zombies run by default. You got your adventurer, it's a little bit harder, and your zombies run. You got survivalist, which is even harder. Insane, which is insane. And then you got modern zombies, where they always run. And then you got classic zombies, where they never run. So those are your different options for your survival multiplayer. Now let's say you want to do a single player world. If you go to your single player options, these are your in-depth explanation of these options that are available. Your difficulty settings, of course, are how difficult the game is going to be. If you look down the side, it'll tell you, Scavenger is easiest for noobs, and Insane is your one brave mother. So basically, and then you can set your zombies to run or not run, whatever you want to do with running. Defaults running at night. Never run just means you never run, and always run is all the time. And then you got your enemy aggression. Means how much they'll come after you, basically. So you can turn enemies into feral, which means every single zombie will act like a feral and come find you. And then obviously you got your daytime length. You can make your daylights 12 hours long, 14 hours long, 16 or 18. So that's pretty basic. Now we do get into the modded options, which is a little bit different. You have your drop on death, which means what you drop if you drop your backpack or your tool belt. So that's everything. You just drop all your inventory. Now you got your tool belt only, so you only drop the stuff that's along your tool belt at the bottom of the screen, or your backpack only, and you keep your tool belt, but you lose everything you have in your inventory in your backpack. And delete all. Now this one's that one's a little bit of a troll, to be honest. If you really want to troll your friends, that's how you control them. Now enemy memory. This is how many seconds an enemy will chase you before they give up if they can't catch up. So you can change this all the way up to 90 or even down to 30. Enemy spawning, that's a little obvious. You can make enemies not spawn. Very low spawns all the way up to very high spawns. I prefer very high spawns because I've been playing through on the classic zombie set, so I offset the never run by very high zombie spawning, and that's how I like to play it. Now you got your block durability. What this means is how much effort you have to put into breaking a block. So obviously 25% block durability means it takes way less time to bust through a block if you had it set at normal, which is 100, or you can make your blocks even harder by going 200, so it take you twice the amount of time to break through them. This also applies to zombies as well too, guys. If you set it down to 25, zombies will break through your shit really fast, and if you set it up to 200, they won't. But keep in mind, it's just as hard for you to get through the material, and that counts for the ground as well too, guys. Like the everything else in the world, it takes you longer to dig it up. Now, loot respawn time. This is the number of days it takes for loot to respawn if there's no players in the chunk. So you can set this all the way down to disabled if you don't want anything to respawn. If you want super realistic, 5 days if you want it to be really easy, all the way up to 50 days if you want it to be really hard for loot respawning. Now you can change your loot abundance. This means the percent of loot to spawn in containers and on zombies. You can turn loot so it's super low and it's really hard to find stuff, or you could jack it all the way up to 200, so you get about double the amount you would being at the normal loot abundance, which is 100. Now, airdrops. This is how often... what you doing, Gramps? This is how often supplies are airdropped. So it happens about 12-20. You can do no airdrops. You can do airdrops every day, airdrops every 3 days, all the way up to... I can't even do that math, so that's a while. That's a long time. I think that's a month. I don't even know. Whatever. Moving on. 24-hour cycle. This is how much time in real-time minutes it takes for the day to pass. So you can go all the way to 10 minutes from morning to night, which is insane. All the way up to 120, which a lot of new people prefer because it gives you a long time during the daytime to gather and then a long time at night to build, up to your 7-day hordes. Now, mark airdrops. This is something that was added in that's new as of this console release. So mark airdrops, you can turn that on or off. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then your cheat mode, once again, you can turn creative mode on or off. So that's basically it, guys. Like, you can come back to, and if you just want to go defaults again, you can change these settings at any time before starting your game. Like if I was to go continue game and go into my multiplayer one, the one I do on stream, and I can actually continue game options and change some options and then go back into the game. Like, let's say you got better at the game, now you want to make it a little bit harder for yourself, but you still want to be on the same gameplay. Just go back and change those settings. That's what I love about this game, is it's your game. You can play it the way you want to. So I hope this definitely helped you guys out. I know a lot of people already know this, but there's a few of you that don't. And once again, guys, thanks for your likes, comments, and shares, and I will see you in the next video. Stay classy, and peace. We about to turn it on.